good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever that you're watching from. It is the third month of the year and well known as the Women Month. Ooh. My guest today is a girl's girl. She is such a woman that empowers other women. She carried me flowers. So I literally just can't wait. Sorry, I literally don't want to get them off me. But because of the show, I have to put them aside. But I'm so excited. Yay. Ah, so, to all the women out there, happy Women's Day. You are a woman. So many things have been said about women all over the place, but the most beautiful things that are said about women are the ones that come from the Bible. They speak about a Proverbs 31 woman. We have seen characters in the Bible that we all would want to be like. So embrace the month, enjoy it, live like the woman that you want to be. You will definitely be that woman someday. And with me tonight or today is a woman that I personally would, I would do anything to just listen to her story. Our topic today is woman rising. How would you understand woman rising? Personally, if anyone here listening or watching, if you have been to a running session, like when you're going to run, they tell you, get on your marks, get ready, go. So, in my opinion, a woman rising is that woman that is in between get ready and then go. You understand? So you're in between there. You are just on the rise. Probably you have the resources, you have the goal end where you want to reach, and you have all these burning things. And probably you have started, but you've not yet reached the end point. So that woman in that place is the woman rising. And that is the woman that we are going to discuss today. I really searched and thought of who would deliver this the best way. Everybody has been to her place. Everyone has loved and copied what she already started. The one and only Isabella MWEBAZA, well known as Bella Achiji. She is very passionate about painting, guys. She is the founder of Paint and Sip. Now you know what I'm talking about. Um, I can't wait to introduce you guys to this person. Ladies and gentlemen, Bella.
What an honor. What an introduction. I'm happy to
Yeah.
be here at
Mm.
Chloe B. COVID. I've arrived.
Your energy,
Mama, I
your
made
energy, your
it.
energy. I love it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for your yes, Bella.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Thank you so much,
It's
guys.
an honor. Nabagereka was supposed to be here. Museveni's wife was supposed to be here, but alas, Bella is here. Just kidding.
I
But
think, yeah, God is intentional.
mm,
Personally, I really, really believe you are the person meant to actually be here today.
mhm.
And we can't wait to hear from you in depth. Um, what the most important thing or the most beautiful thing I really, really loved about this whole choice, is I think it was last month towards the end. I am a big fan, honestly, because I've been to Paint and Sip. Ooh. And there's this, I think it's The Observer.
Mhm.
I saw you posted. So
Mm.
The Observer was at Paint and Sip and they were asking you a few questions that I actually wanted to ask you. And I was interested in a few points that we're going to talk about.
Mm.
But my the one thing that I really loved is that you front God
Mhm.
so much
Mm.
in everything, even this whole art, love, and passion. You really, really drive it to that. And in my opinion, I feel like every woman that is on the rise really needs to hold that as key. Personally, I have a character in the Bible that I think I am. A friend of mine actually calls me walking favor. And yet I already see myself as an Esther of our generation. Yeah, so I would like to know, woman rising, Bella, mm, what or who is that character in the Bible that you think you are, and what makes you think she is the one?
At this moment of my life, I 100% believe I'm a Mary, the mother of God.
Wow.
Yeah, because just like Esther,
Yeah.
she was also full of favor. In fact, Angel Gabriel said she's the favored one of them all.
Wow. I
She's
mean,
the chosen one of them all.
yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm Mary? Mary was anointed. She didn't ask questions. God instructed her.
She
She didn't
did.
refuse. She didn't ask questions.
I know.
And that is so me. For me, every morning I wake up and I'm like, God, use me.
Amen.
I'm your vessel.
Wow.
I pride myself in my obedience to the word of God.
Amen.
And so I relate a lot to Mary. I relate a lot to Mary, like throughout her life, her just carrying on this purpose. So even when I see paint and sip, I'm like, Lord Father, it's yours. It's like
You create.
yes, you created it. For me,
Wow.
I'm just here. I'm serving. I'm
Yeah.
your vessel. In fact, I also tell everybody I work with, the whole team. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? What is God telling us to do today? What is God telling us to do today? And that's what we do.
Wow.
So I'm a Mary.
Wow. What
In
I
every sense.
pick, I wow. Guys, I told you there was no better person to deliver this. And Mary, I personally wouldn't think, you know, guys, I've obviously had the honor to go around Paint and Sip. If you have not been here, when you reach this place, you really feel that this person indeed listened, because you said you always ask you and your team, you want to hear from God, like, what are you saying? What do you want us to do? That is something very good for anybody that is rising and is on the rise and wants to get somewhere. So when you reach Painters, if you really feel like, because I believe you sit down, by the time you're trying to put something on, art, you are the art person here. You have thought, you have imagined, God has instructed you. So wow.
Yeah.
What a character you are.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And so Bella, do you think, because our topic is woman rising in this month of women, do you look at yourself as one that is still on the rise, or you have, because myself, I would think you're already up here. So are you still rising?
Definitely. I'm 100% still rising.
Wow.
And I don't believe anybody ever arrives. Yeah? There is no arriving. In the journey of life, in the pursuit of life, you never arrive. You never arrive. You're always rising. So there are always goals we hit, and we're like, okay, pat on the back. But again, as the go-getter that I am, there's always that voice of, okay, what next? Then what next? I anticipate there'll be a time, of course, when we reach our professional pinnacle, like you've reached,
You
like
feel like
professionally, you're like,
for
yes, like I've achieved everything I have achieved. But then I feel like again, you might have to look at, okay, personal. You get it? So you're still rising. You're like, okay, now I'm going to start being a wife. I'm going to start motherhood. And then when you start motherhood, you're going to raise and raise and raise. And then, yeah. So I don't think in general in life, there's no arriving. I'm rising. I will rise, but I'll achieve and keep rising.
Amen.
Yeah.
So what I pick is nobody has actually made it yet. Okay, you might feel, I like that part when you said pat on the back, well done, let's keep going. So I think every woman needs to have that at the back of their mind. That's really beautiful. I still in the observer was really my go-to, because I tried to understand this person that I'm going to host today. And there was something that you said about how you turned your creativity into a career. And wow, I love that. Because, so many people are actually talented. So many people are very creative, but to make that a career that they would, journey You understand?
Mm-hmm.
How easy was that to you? How easy was it for you to turn your creative self? Because I saw that you said even when you were a baby, you used to draw on your parents' walls.
My mom, she fought with me
Of
to
course.
this day, but she made me who I am. My
Yeah.
mom never accept. My mom is very neat. Anybody
Okay.
who knows my mom, one of her strengths, besides her beauty, one of her strengths is her hygiene. She's very clean, very neat. So imagine having a very creative child. I remember there was a time she restricted my painting just to the balcony.
Okay.
Yes, because now I would not paint inside. I was, painting is quite a messy process, especially if you want to create.
Surely.
Yeah. So she restricted me to the balcony.
Yeah.
And then she also kicked me away from the balcony.
You were
Yeah,
turning
but
everything to a mess.
yeah, I thank her a lot for that. I remember it made me uncomfortable for a day or two.
Okay.
But I thank her a lot for that, because even right now, I hold myself as a very neat painter. I'm not part of the myth of painting has to be messy. Well, but not really. Like, you can always wear your apron.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can always spill and clean up immediately. Also,
Yes.
understand the type of paint you're using. If it's acrylic paint, it's very easy to clean. If it is oil paint, it can be scrubbed off, but it depends on which fabrics.
Yeah.
And honestly, for the journey that I'm on, especially having built Bella Art, having built Paint and Sip Uganda, if I had not learned how to be a neat
Neat
painter,
painter.
this our whole studio would be a mess.
You'd be all
Because
over
imagine
the
how many
place.
people do we host? Like 100, 1,000? Imagine if all those people were spilling and we didn't know how to keep the place neat. Chloe would not be comfortable here, because this whole chair would be full of paint,
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, so from those early beginnings of learning that from my mom, and
Yeah.
I even forgot, was it the question which you asked?
Keep
I
going.
went off. I went off a little bit, but
Yeah.
that was an interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question. What was
You
it?
have. It was how you turned your creativity into your career.
Oh yeah, no, I have not answered. So turning my creativity into a career actually was quite easy for me.
Okay. I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
I think when you are on the right path, things are quite easy. And I'm not saying like easy the way you would assume. I
Not
know
facing
when I say
challenges.
no,
Yes.
the challenges will be there. It will be really it has been hard, but it has been very easy in the sense that I felt guided. Like I said, I'm a vessel. I'm a proper Mary, by the way.
Oh, girl,
I'm
you're
a proper
birthing Jesus
Mary.
soon.
Yeah. So there were challenges, but also doors opened really easy. Opportunities came to me. People sought after me. Like, even just starting Paint and Sip. As I mentioned, or even keep mentioning on social media, most people think Paint and Sip is the bigger thing, but it's the one that is just making us really busy right now.
Okay.
However, the parent company is Bella Art Uganda.
Yeah. Bella Art, guys.
Shout out to Bella Art Uganda.
Tell us about Bella Art actually,
Yeah,
and how it births Paint and Sip. I think that's beautiful to
yeah.
hear.
Bella Art, of course, started with me, Isabella, and that's where Bella comes from.
Oh, okay.
And it comes from me just exploring art and just being curious and painting on people's bodies for the longest time.
Oh.
I did body painting and painted on the human body, and I loved it.
So
I loved.
how is that different from tattoos? I don't know. Like, oh, you see, like how kids go to kids parties and then they paint on their faces. Is that what you mean? Or it's
Yeah, but I
different?
was doing it in a more artistic way. Honestly, it's really the same thing. Face painting is a form of body art.
Okay.
Tattooing is a form of body art. It's just more
Okay.
permanent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for me, I was exploring it in the way of festivals, events, because of course, Uganda, we have so many events. We have a big party culture. Yeah,
Okay.
so I was doing it more for the festivals and events. However, I still had that dream to go in film and maybe like paint like how the Marvel characters are
Oh,
painted.
wow.
And yeah, so I
Yeah.
was working towards that, more of the artistic side. Yeah, but not looking down on face painting or tattooing.
Okay.
Yeah, however, what I was trying to explain, Bella Art just allowed me to to paint. Anything is my canvas. I can paint on a wall, like what's behind us. I can paint on canvases, like what we do at Paint and Sip. I can paint on the human body, which I loved so much when I was doing it commercially. And I still do love so much. The human body is a very interesting body. Is a very, very interesting canvas because it's
Yeah.
living, breathing, it sweats. It's not different. It's a bit
Natural.
different.
It's,
Yes.
it's not.
So you have to work with it in the moment.
Wow.
Yeah. So I loved it so much. And that is where Bella Art comes from. So Bella Art is everything art. We aim to solve any art problems, any creative problems, that's it. And so Paint and Sip is one of the babies.
from Bella Art.
Yeah, the babies of Bella Art, and we are happy it's keeping us busy. It's like the
Yes.
Omo of Mokwano. It's the one that is selling so much. Yeah, but
Okay.
I think there'll be seasons
For
in our
also the other
country.
babies
Yes,
to
please, because we are solving different problems. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but about my art journey, it really came. It was God led. It was God led. It was a bit hard, but it also really came easy. People made me very busy. I aim at excellence, so every time I delivered work, I did a really good job, and I was called back, and that's a foundation. And we are here, and we are still going very far.
And you're taking it on as a career. So any woman rising, I think if you master your point of excellence, yeah, like you could be doing so many things, even at your workplace. You could be the administrator, yes, but you do so much. Maybe it is that flight, selection or what that you do best. So I think when you try to master your point of excellence, you're able to build a career through it. I love it. But again, also like in terms of challenges, because if you mentioned it, the world gets to hear Paint and Sip, and people have actually copied it. Anyone that opens a shop will say, buy and sip, come and make up and sip.
It's very flattering. By the way,
I must
I
say
think
you're doing a great job.
yeah, I think copying is one of the most sincere and best forms of flattery. And the go-getter that I am, it actually motivates me because I'm like, okay,
Keeps you
I
going.
have to keep being copied.
I think
Like if I've inspired,
you feel
then
recognized.
yes. And then
Yes.
it also gives me a duty. I'm like, okay, then I have to better.
You have to do
Because
it
if they
better.
catch up with me, then they'll get bored.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
How
What would I have
unique?
done for them? So let me get better so they also keep growing since I'm the vision bearer.
I
Yeah.
love
So
that part. A woman rising.
yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of challenges, because to have this whole thing, every woman that's rising, whatever form, in whatever direction that they are taking, they could face challenges. So we would like to hear, are there some that you would be comfortable sharing? And then how are you able to navigate through them to see that they do not hinder your creative self from becoming the woman that you are today?
Yeah. Interestingly, when I used to when people used to ask me this question before, I would say, no, I don't have much challenge because I'm a problem solver and everything has a solution.
Okay.
Yeah, but in 2022, I faced one of the challenges I would like to recognize
Yeah.
in business, which is in especially creative business,
Yes.
which was betrayal and well, a lack of loyalty
Okay.
among human resources, especially. And I know it's a very sensitive topic.
It is. It is. But
Yeah, but I'm choosing to talk about it because of course I have read a lot.
Okay.
I have tried to research. I'm like, sincerely, I'm not so unique that this is gonna rub me the wrong way because anyway, even Jesus was betrayed
Yeah.
by Judas. In fact, I think that was the first betrayal recognized
Betrayal.
in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that comes up a lot, and I love your platform, Chloe. I love that we're speaking to rising women, cause let me tell you something that is meant to happen. Anytime you're building something, you will work with people, but at some point, the devil will whisper something.
I know.
You know. So as much as I would want to shy away from that topic and act like, it didn't get to me.
I didn't get.
No, it really did, and it really shook my world upside down. And
Sorry.
no, I love it. In fact, if I can find those people, or if they watch this video, I'm really grateful for that season. In the season, I
It made
hated it.
you.
In the
Nobody
season, I
loves that
hated it.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I really love it because it helped me to grow. It helped me to reflect inwards and just also like understand like what was I doing wrong? What had I overlooked?
Yes.
Yeah, and when it comes to solutions, I had overlooked several things which most rising people will overlook, which is legalities, contracts, intellectual
Very
property.
important. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in a creative field, most of us, especially in Uganda, we overlook these things and we think, no, these guys is
You
my
hate
bad day.
reading.
They will not. My dear, please, you are building a blueprint. It is coming from your sleepless night. Somebody's coming to help you pick up a bucket, but you're giving them all this information. If it's going to compromise, have a contract. Recognize, yes, hey, I love you
Yeah.
for helping me pick up this bucket. And
But
without you, I would probably not be able to pick up 100 buckets. I can pick up 60, but I can't pick up the
all
other
the
40.
100,
Yes,
yes.
all the 100. So I recognize you for helping me pick up the 40,
Mm,
but this is your limit of picking up the 40
I love that.
until we are able to negotiate how much more we are going to grow and how much are you contributing. Yeah.
Wow.
So it took me to understanding intellectual properties, revising our contracts, and also just understanding that it's not always personal. You know, when something like that happens, like even in friendships, when
Yeah.
you're betrayed, you know, right now we are talking of business, but business is life actually.
It is life. We spend
Business
most of
is
the
life.
time doing
Yes.
the business, actually.
So even in friendships, even in marriage, when
Yeah.
you're betrayed, most times you'll think, oh, I'm the problem. Maybe I didn't do this. Maybe I was a bad person. Maybe
Yeah.
because I coughed the wrong way. Not
You
really.
try to blame
Yes.
game.
Most time and most times you will blame inwards.
Yes.
Of course you might say, oh, the other person. But most times it's not a personal thing. It's not even you.
Yeah.
And most likely it's not even them. It is they made a wrong decision, probably because of ignorance. And this is where extending grace comes into play, which is if they knew better, they surely would have done better. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
If
do.
they knew where we are going, they would not have aborted the ship right now.
Oh wow.
Like
That's such a
yes,
point. If
me
they
being
knew,
the founder,
yeah.
I know the vision. I know where we are going. So if you're copying me right now and you're copying me in the wrong way and you're
Yes.
backstabbing and
Yeah.
conniving, the best I can do is if you only understood the gold we are heading for, you would
Serious.
not crack for this little sprinkle right
Oh.
now. You would look further. Yeah, so it's and that's why I extend them grace. I'm like, I think they're ignorant. If they knew better, they surely wouldn't have done it. But also understanding the economy.
Okay.
And this is of course not to excuse anybody's behavior,
Yes.
but the economy is hard. And
Yeah.
actually the other day I was listening to a sermon by our pastor, Pastor
Okay.
Wilson Bugembe,
Yeah.
and he was saying he was giving an example of Jacob and Esau. How is
The
it Jacob
blessing.
who sold his birthright for food?
It was Jacob.
Yeah,
It was Esau. I think
Jacob.
because it was, Esau is not even talked about a lot in the Bible. So
Also,
it is,
Esau
yeah, he's,
sold his birthright to Jacob
yes,
because he was hungry.
yes.
So that's what poverty does. Yeah. When you're not economic, oh, okay, when you don't think you have enough, you will you will kill your mother to buy a car. Right now, you will find
Wow.
bavubuka. We are talking in March right now. People have goals. By the end of the year, I have to buy a car. If that move,
Anything
if their mother
to
is in
get
their
that
way,
car
that person can even kill their mother
just to buy the car.
just to buy the car. If so, there are people who just forget and they're like, okay, they just make the wrong decisions because of the state. And this is where your character has to come in. You have to reflect and say, hey, is this that type of person I am, first and foremost? Number two, doesn't God really have much more for me? Do I really have to kill my mom for this car?
I know.
Can't I get my car the right way? Can you know what I mean? So it also reveals a lot of the people's characters and
Yes.
But why I'm talking about this, very few businessmen and women talk about this. I have researched, and yet it is an
An
ongoing
ongoing
thing,
situation. Yes.
especially when you're rising. And this is where I come to respect corporate institutions. Corporate institutions know this, so they have already structures to avoid this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're talking to rising people. We are not corporate people. We don't know these things.
I
So if Bella
know.
has experienced it,
And she's sharing.
let her share. If in your boutique you have somebody who I'm talking
I can
honestly,
relate. I
everybody,
can
because
relate. Yeah.
this is why
Can relate.
people say when you open up a business or kutula mugwe mwenyini lwaki. Why can't you find
People have
somebody trustworthy?
systems. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know the Mokwano or what, like, but I take Coca-Cola, like, but you can start something. Of course, make the system run, have a system, obviously, but it's not like you're going to be in that thing forever.
And how will it
so
grow
you will
if you're there?
I know.
So have structures, try to hire the right people, have honest conversations with them. And also pray. God helps us
Yeah.
dodge so many bad arrows, bad things.
I
Yeah.
think
So
anyone or a woman rising, that should be key. Like we already said, just never get off the altar, because right there you will be able to understand who on your team. I mean, you could dream. Who on your team is actually the snake. I'm sorry to term it like that, or so. So I love that you actually shared that.
yeah.
It's underlooked, like you said, but it
Yeah.
can take people miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just not to be gotten out of context. I'm not complaining. I have a really good team and I'm really, really blessed. But I also know what a bad egg can do. So that's why I'm trying to talk to the rising women. Yeah.
You've done well. And like kudos to your team. We're here earlier and we can see the teamwork. So it makes you a good leader also.
Yeah.
Because once you are a good leader, trust me,
Yeah.
it will be seen within your team.
Yeah.
The people that you lead will exhibit it. So kudos to you.
Yeah. Thank you to the Paint and Sip Uganda team. I love you.
We love you too.
Even before I had all this, for me when I was like starting out, the minute I knew I was making a good impact in art and I was making progress in art, I just didn't stop talking about it. Chloe, I do not like when I meet people, I do not want to gossip about people. I don't want to talk about people. I'm the type of person who wants to talk about ideas.
Let's go.
And when I started Bella Art, let me tell you something. I would say, hey, I'm an artist. Hey, I'm a painter.
I can witness.
Hey,
I can witness that.
It's the first thing I would say.
Yeah.
I would just talk about that.
Yeah.
And so I think that started the branding.